adult intimacies are unprecedented. We used to marry for survival, for the basic needs of the Maslow ladder, for refuge, for economic support, for family, children, companionship. Then we brought love to marriage. And then we wanted in marriage also to experience a feeling of belonging and a feeling of connection and intimacy. And then we made marriage or adult relationships an identity economy. I want to become the best version of myself. That's a completely different set of expectations. And the way Eli Finkel writes in his book is that the good relationships of today are probably much better than the good relationships of the past, but they're very few. Of those people who manage to climb Mount Olympus and have an amazing view. The view is fantastic, but the air is also thinner and not everybody gets up there. Now, what also changed is that relationships used to be part of our communal living. And when you lived in a community, you had a few basic needs that were supposed to be met by your partner, but the rest of your needs were met by your siblings, of which you had many, and by your community, and by your religious institutions, and by your extended family. All of that today, our need for belonging, our need for connection, our need for specialness, our need for intimacy, sexuality, you name it, has been put onto one person. And today we ask one person in the West to give us what once an entire village used to provide. And that is a tall order for a party of two. This is the rise of expectations that has taken place. And you know, sex used to be for production. You needed many children. Now we have about 2 or 3 at best in the West. And that means that sexuality is for connection, for pleasure, for intimacy. That is a completely rewrite. We used to marry and have sex for the first time. Now you marry and you stop having sex with others. We used to think of monogamy as one person for life. Today, monogamy is one person at a time. We used to marry in our late teens. Today, we marry in our late 20s, early 30s. That is a completely different story when you already arrive quite ready-made. And what you want is for somebody to recognize how hard you've worked at making yourself, and vice versa. We used to never have divorce. It was married till you die. Now it's married till love dies. These are major transformations to the way we live our adult relationships. And in addition, we live in a world in which happiness used to belong to the heavens, and then we brought happiness down to earth. And first it was a possibility, and now it's a mandate. You must be happy. What's wrong with you that you're not happy? What are you doing wrong? Because if you did it right, you would be happy. And that is all the pressure that people feel that is around them when they look at their relationship and when they look at the happy people on Instagram.